Come on for the walk.
I said I'm walking now,
Or
trying to save my feet and
get your mats. We're going to stretch out.
cause if I stop walking now, they'll cut me up.
Get a chair. If you're going to do some chair weights, chair exercises. Wait till I tell y'all.
I'm walking, y'all.
Line up if you're walking along the wall. Stand up if you're walking in place.
Yeah,
I said get your weights.
walk, y'all.
Jump on your bike. Let me hide my little kitchen here.
If I stop walking, y'all,
Start the treadmill, y'all. Hey. Woo.
yeah, come walk with me.
So, thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend to exercise because you want them to stay around. Yeah, y'all. Okay. Alright. I moved this thing yesterday. And obviously, it's not on a level ground. I gotta station it some way. That was me moving stuff around. Hold on, y'all. It look good until it don't. Let me just get this one camera. It looks good until it doesn't, but y'all keep going. I don't know exactly what I should do. I'm gonna try this, YouTube. Sorry for all that. Oh, and if you came over here from, boy, everything is loose. If you're over here from FB, cause I can't get back into FB right now. Sorry, y'all. Just exercise. Don't even watch the camera. Don't even look at what I'm doing, cause apparently what I'm doing ain't doing the doing. Well, I think that always happens on my first, yeah, I was down here yesterday with the camera getting it straight, so don't say nothing. Y'all know we walking for 20 minutes and a break, and then we're walking. This is not stable. I'm gonna put something under it. It's just, it needs something to level it out. Okay. Now you can't even see me. Oh boy. Half of me. Why not take half of me? Can't you see you can't get the whole thing? Okay. Alright. Every time I change the set. Here we go. Alright. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'll get a better handle on it tomorrow and find something to level up this treadmill before I go viral. What that is bugging me though. I mean, you see a lot of the set, so it's like almost like I'm walking on the peripheral. Well, let me tell y'all what happened. This is the floor thing. I ain't gonna stop. Let me tell y'all what happened. When we last walked Thursday, and I did the roll call, well, they went fine. So I'm vibing. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wake up Friday, go in the library, and the book popped in my head, Numerology for Dummies. So I said, I'm gonna go Friday morning, which is March 1st, and I'm gonna get in and tell me the book, Numerology for Dummies. That's how I started studying numerology back in the day. So I fine. I said, I'll order a few books from, the other libraries around, and I'll just sit down and do a quick brush up on numerology before we do what we're going to do tonight. So, I wake up that morning, and I remembered that I hadn't been on Facebook for the whole month of February. And I was like, oh shoot, I can go back on February, it's March 1st. I can go back on Facebook, it's March 1st. So, that's what I do. So I see my friend Smith, and then I scroll down and I see Tamika, Anthony, and she's saying, if you've been seeing 222-444 and some other number lately, and everybody in the comments is agreeing with her. So I said to myself, I knew a couple of numbers like that, 222, anyway. But I was right there. So I put in that post, I said, I'm going to shake out some numbers. And I want to see if, my glasses are dirty. I want to see if, I got to find some way to balance that. Stick something up under some way. I don't know what I did, y'all. So, she said she'd do it. So, what I'm going to do, and it got easier. I thought she'd want to come on the podcast, but she is so popular. She has her own podcast. She has her own thing. Coming on this old crones. Coming on this old crones evening walking show. Ain't what she set her life for. So, we cashed out and finally today, this evening after, at the end of the walk, what I do, when I do the shake out the numbers, that's what these blue things are for. Because I know one thing about numerology. It's important the order in which the numbers come in. So I have to make sure I do 1, when I send her 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in the order in which I should give them out. For her to have accurate reading, I believe. So, that's what we're going to do. But was that something? It was like, then I said, I'm fine with the ancestors. It's Saturday. I'm like, okay, let me find a party city and get some balls and write some numbers. And they were like, are you kidding me? You gonna take, which I wound up taking this post, just cutting the blue part off, and just write them. I said, you gonna get a piece of paper, write those numbers down, make it into a ball, and throw it into a container. I said, okay. So we're going along, and then I hear something else. Ooh-hoo. Get him, cowboy. I think because the floor is unlevel, but we're going to have to take care of this after the walk. See if I do this, it's stable. Anyway, so, what was it? Oh. So I said, no, you're just going to blow it. And then shake it out into a brown paper bag. I was like, okay, this is too much. This is too much. This is too much. Too much directions. Why the brown paper bag? I have a container already. Why can't I just shake it up in a container, put my hand in there and pull it out? Anyway, and then I said, well, I'm not going nowhere to get no brown paper bag. Well, guess who went to Walgreens this morning? Here you are. We got the brown paper bag, y'all. So, then I'm sitting back and I'm like, I don't know how many people to tell because the message could be for y'all too. And then today, couldn't get on Facebook. I thought it was something that I had done. My daughter had to call and tell me. She's like, Mommy, what are you doing? I said, well, can't get on Facebook. She said, oh, it was down and then it was up and blah, blah, blah. And thank goodness it didn't affect my computer. But I had to change shit on it, which took me anyway. I just took Facebook off my phone until I could, work out what happened. So they have no live. I'm telling this story to say, there is no live on Facebook. There is no live. There is no live on Facebook today. I'm going to upload a video. I don't know if that's going to be the whole time that I'm of March when I'm pulling out these numbers, but definitely it's for sure positive today. And it videoing it, making a video of it also shows up the fact that if T-Mobile and YouTube don't meet and I lose y'all. But ain't that something? So much energy. Energy is high. Vibrations are high. Whew. I tell you. But let me tell you all this story. I'll get my screwdriver and shit. Anyway, have my daughter come down because she's good at fixing stuff. Anyway, so I know the title is I'm Not the Woe of Man. But I want to tell you all this story because when you go through it, you feel really bad, you don't know if you did the right thing, and then all these years later, bam, there it is. So, after I realized that my husband only married me for the green card, and it was a blow. It was a blow to me. It was a blow to me that how a man can just walk out and I don't care about the child, I don't care about the woman. Well, especially after the green card. Anyway. So, here I am with a daughter and no husband, no man. So, it was just me and her for about 2 years. I didn't date or anything, didn't go anywhere. I didn't want to because I didn't know how I would go out there because you remember I came from that Southern Baptist cult and honey, incesting is the norm. I had no idea. So I didn't want that. So I put in my mind that if ever someone was really seriously and I was talking to them, or even as I started working in the bar, it became more direct. But say if I was bartending, I said, oh, how you doing? You look so nice. Blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, I'd like to take you out. No. They said, you single? Bar talk. So I said, yeah, I'm single. They said, you got any kids? I said, yeah, I got a daughter. And they said, a daughter? And I say, yeah. And if you put your hands on her, I will kill you. They were, whoa, baby, back up, baby, back up. Whoa, baby. And I didn't see them again. And then I met Jackson. And I think I just got to level this on the floor. I met Jackson. And he was the first man after me being a year in bartending that said, you better. We was together for about 3-4 years. Oh, he said, you married? No. You got any kids? I said, yeah, I have a daughter. He said, a daughter? I said, yeah. And if you touch her, I will kill you. He said, you better. 3 years we were together. Now, the next one, intimate partner I was with was my Irish intimate partner. And when we was talking, he said the same thing. I said, I'm a daughter. I said, yeah. I said, if you touch her, I will kill you. And that man fell in love with me. He fell in love with me. As my daughter said, she said, the men that I date usually pat her on the back, on the head, or tapped her on the shoulder. That was it. They was already told. Now I'm telling you this story because, you know, with all these kids, with these men close by them, and they thinking they can do anything they want to do. Now, when I told that story, now remember we walked into 20 minutes. When I told that story, everybody was saying to me, oh, Vicky, what's wrong with you? How you gonna get a man? That's probably why you ain't got no man. Did you say that to their face? Honey, they told me a new a-hole. And in my head, I knew I was right. If you dating me to go after my child, I'ma sniff you out in the beginning. I can tell how your face and how you look when I say if you touch my child, what I'm gonna do to you. If you say, whoa, baby, whoa, wait, ooh, to me, you is a pedophile. You gotta say, of course, I expect you to. And if you say, I expect you to, then I have to go into another story. Y'all remember the Ron story? Y'all remember Ron? And then I had this guy I started dating. He was never going to meet my daughter. But he would pick me and give me a ride when I got off work. And sometimes he would come in the bar, and when we got in the car, he'd say, you know, if you ever cheated on me, he'd go. So I said, okay, it's the first time. And I said, well, this ain't what we're doing. So, excuse me. The second time, he said, that guy was looking at you. And don't make me give you one of these. I said, oh, I think he's talking himself into it. So, third and final time he came and picked me up from the bar, he said, I know how to keep you in line. So I looked at him and I said, every time you balled that fist up at me, all I could see in my head was your hand flopping around and the bottom of the car detached from the wrist. He said, every time? I said, every time. He never picked me up again. We never spoke. He was shocked. And every time he said that, I was like, whoosh. I could see that hand dancing around the bottom of that car. I said, whew, this gonna get ugly. So I had to tell him. So he thought I was cowering when he said he was gonna give me this. But I already had my machete, and he did this. I said, swipe, in my head. He ain't like that. He ain't want to be handless. So, I never did that violent stuff. I am not the woe of a man. I'm not. You don't have to take me on as a responsibility. Just get the hell out of the way. And stop drugging us, sneaking up on us, bopping us on the head, and all kind of stuff. Anyway, y'all. Old Shaky. Y'all know I wasn't doing this before. But this floor is a little uneven. So I have to push the thing back, push it forward, and do all kind of stuff till I can find out how to level it. It's not leveled. I'm working, y'all. But hold on, girl. Yeah. I gotta put something over there. I said I'm walking now, trying to say what I can do. Cause if I stop walking now, the good you are just a no. Let's go on, y'all. So now we got 15. We got 20. We got 15 minutes. And then we'll do the hand exercises. Yes, thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. No, I'm not the woe of the man. I remember in my grandmother's Southern Baptist Church, and the deacons and stuff, they were all young men. The deaconess were, you know, they did house cleaning and stuff like that, make sure the grape orange juice and shit, and bread is taken care of. Anyway, this one we used to call Turtle. He loved to talk about spare the rod, spoil the child, and you gotta do that with women too. Even all the women sitting there. Even all the women sitting there. Yeah, deacon, yeah. That's why they be tearing them asses up. I knew that was not the way for me to go. Could you imagine if I stayed down south with my incestuous child? It's never the man's fault. It's never the man's fault. The pregnancy is never the man's fault. He, 9 times out of 10, has nothing to do with it. His sperm comes from somewhere, jumps out, and jumps into the woman. So, he has nothing to do with it. If you are sexually assaulted, it's not the man's fault. You had to do something. The man was standing there minding his business, and the woman jumped on top and started humping him. It was never the man's fault of anything done sexually to the woman. Nothing. And also, if you engage in intercourse with those men, Southern Baptist cult men, if you engage in sexual intercourse with them, if you enjoy it, then they call you that derogatory name. If you responded, it's because the devil is in you and you are cheating on them. Some man is out there teaching you something. So you ain't even supposed to like it. You're supposed to look at it as almost like a detestable thing. Southern Baptist, y'all. That's why I got up the hell up out of there. Oh, this leg, y'all. I did stretch, but I didn't stretch like crazy. I had to start baby step. It's like, it's been a month since you did stretching. Don't get on the floor. Do your, my doorway hanging and shit. So, that was the woe of the man. It's not, he didn't want to have intercourse with you. You're making him have intercourse with you. And you are the woe of the man. Now he has to take care of you. Now you see, maybe if I had came into this earth with my father and stepmother, I would have been totally acceptable to domestic violence. It would be like something I saw every day. But I was raised by my mother, and I remember her saying over again, don't let no man put their hands on you. And I watched her windmill. I done watched her got some knives out and shit. So, I was taught to fight against it. Anyway, the woe of the man. Now, I have this friend, I call her friend, and all the time I've known her, she's either called me a lady or gal, like gal pal. She has never, I haven't heard it come out her mouth, the word woe of man to this day. And I must say, it's taken me a while, but about 3 years ago I started emulating it. It took a while for it to change all the way over. But I like ladies, homegirls, sisters. Ooh, y'all heard that crack? Sisters. You know, I love those terms. I'm not the woe of the man. But the reason why they say use the woe of the man is because during that time, like now, everything was run by these European Africans. And they wanted their wives to stay at home, so they couldn't keep up with what they were doing when they were at work. And this is quotes. Didn't know. They used to have to get letters from their husbands to get a job. No, it wasn't all. I never heard an African American ever say they had to get a letter from their husband to work on the job. But I've read it in the history books for European African women. And they, even if their husbands wasn't working, and everybody was starving, didn't matter. If he didn't write a letter, she couldn't get a job. And they would all starve together like good Christians. Because she's the woven man. See? If it wasn't for your mother, we'd have food. Why you don't tell them that you ain't write the letter? Because she got to have a letter to go to work. That was back in the days, girl. This is the generation. These old asses in Congress and shit like that, that's where they came from. You see, they ain't changed, right? So, no. When I was thinking about that today, that's the message. This message is for the month of March that Tamika's going to do for me is very important for me. Because y'all know my remains is going to be sent to Ghana. And I'm hoping my energy go with me. But I'm hoping my energy just goes somewhere because how can I tell you all this? It don't like being around humans. Not at all. It never wants to be in a human form ever again, and I don't blame it. The most I'm betting for is if I send my remains to Ghana. If anything ever happens where the dirt gets back together and we come back, it'll be in Ghana, not on this penal colony. But my energy, I want my energy to go up to a star somewhere. Doesn't want to be in human form. My aunt said I cried for 5 years after being born. I almost died a couple of years. So we're steady trying to get out of here. But it didn't. So now, it's going to get out of here. But I wanted to go where it don't got no contact with no more human life. No. Oh my goodness. Other than having this wonderful matter, this human experience, being around me, it's horrible. They just hate because they can. They destroy. Not even, I don't even want my energy to come back in an animal. Because man will kill and torture that animal. Will kill and torture it. So I don't even want my energy to come back in any form. I was thinking, I know they said that you can buy a star in the sky and put your name on it. If I'm ever fortunate enough to be able to do that, I would rather do that and say, energy, go to that star. No humans will ever touch you. You'll never see another human again. Now, when my matter goes, I know I ain't going to see no more humans. Whew, I done already ordered my do not resuscitate bracelet. Whew, I just love this matter so much. It ain't never did nothing to me. And it did everything for me. So, I want to stick around with that. But other than that, whew, I don't want to ever know another human experience. After this one, whew, oh, I don't want to ever know about an animal experience and the cruelty of the human towards other animals is gut-wrenching. And even how they do themselves is gut-wrenching. For humans, it's all in the name of sex. All in the name of sex. They say it's procreation, but hell, they'll fuck a light post. So how could that be for creation? No. It's them cults giving them permission to snatch your child and do horrible things to your little girl. Because you ain't told them like I told them. I can bring my daughter right now. Because she said, oh no. Pat on the head and a tap on the back. You did good. You did good. That's it. Anything else, I may have to slide out something and handle you right nicely. And everyone that I spoke to, telling them what I'd do if they touch my child, believe me. And trust me, I did not believe me until I was in that homosexual relationship and I had, I was pushed. So I ain't no woe of the man. There's a joke when I was in the bar. I'm not the woe of the man. I'm a fucking lady. Oh, that would set them laughing. Okay, yeah, y'all. We finna throw up them numbers. Yes, ma'ams, we is. We finna throw up them numbers and go from there. Not bad. 35-minute walk. Just 5 extra minutes. Not bad, right? Well, tomorrow we'll be back to a half hour. We only gonna do this extra time. Almost as a reward for ourselves. Yeah. Whew. Oh. Okay, y'all. Y'all gonna have to hold on for the numbers because I gotta run to the left bathroom. Y'all gonna have to hold on. Whew. I am so sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have to listen to the video and see if y'all heard all the business. Whew. It's these mesh stockings. They squeeze all the water out me while I'm walking. If I didn't have them, I wouldn't have to go to the restroom like this. Oh, and I left off the shape shifter shit. Whew. You know, I haven't been doing like this enough. You know, give it some real stretch. Ooh, I need these fingers, honey. And my toes. Yeah. And then right afterwards, we're going to do the numbers. But what an odd day. What an odd day. Okay, let me get my weights. Let me get the weights. You know what they call mesh stockings? And I've been breaking in a new pair. The old pair didn't do that. The new pair have me running before the walk is over. Okay, gotta hold on. Squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 for good luck. Y'all probably can't see it here, but you see that jiggly stuff? Oh, you don't see it, because it ain't there. Okay, squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 for good. 5, and 1 for good luck. Woo, okay. Let's break the seal on this because it has been the source of all this crazy energy and stuff. Okay, I'm not walking. I'm just standing. So, here we are. 70 numbers. For the month of March, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we'll be shaking out numbers. On Wednesday and Friday, Tamika is going to send me a recording telling me what she saw in the numbers. Okay? And now, first number is 31. Aren't these prime numbers? 31. 31 is our first number. 31. That's some number I can't think what it is now. 20. Okay, here we go. $16. That feels like a good number. I know y'all don't like teenagers, but 13 through 16, if they weren't as strong as they were and steady on course, I wouldn't be here today. Those are the two ages I love because their decisions could have me sitting in jail, but I'm sitting there pulling numbers, reading my future. When I cross over, 'cause I'm next to the door. Okay, here's another good number. 22. 22. And that's the fourth number. Yeah, 13 and 16. My mother died at 13, and at 16 I found myself in South Carolina, and I made good choices. So those are the ages that I love. Even in kids, when they say, "Oh, she's a kid," I'm like, "You do you, girl. You are wonderful. You are fantastic. You know what your future. You want your future to be. Why? Because I did." Okay, here's another good number. 39. See, I was supposed to be incested and have a incestuous baby and then be nothing. But that was their plans. My plan is when my mother told me that I was going to be a writer. She should have said successful. She didn't use that word. She said writer, so that's what held me through. And she died at 12. So when I hit 13, I was running up down the streets of Harlem, but going to school every day. Okay. All right. And our final number is 48. So, now here's how we got that. I'll read it off to y'all again. 31, 20. I'm kind of liking these numbers. 16, 22, 39, and 48. Yeah, I think Jamaica got a good message for me. I really feel good about the 16, the 20, the 22. Anyway, thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. Have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow when we talk about Tamika's message. Yay! Thanks for coming on the walk.